Hey everybody, it's Jeremy from Jeremy.net, and welcome to another session of. I think I come up with a name for this. We're going to call it subscriber sprints. We're doing Patreon subscriber writing sprints. I see Herman's already in the chat. I'm just going to throw you on the stage, Herman. How you doing?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good, good. Oh, yeah. So I thought this would be, the first time seemed to go well, and there were a few people that popped in while I was doing it. So I just thought, hey, let's just try it again.
Right. Yeah, I'm probably chilling here for like maybe 15 minutes, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
just trying to make myself available much more like, just especially since you're talking about this writing thing. So
Okay. Well, um,
because I did finish the like I said, the story is like in my head already. I think I finished the story in my head, but it's just like now I just have to like complete like write it all out and then do all the captions and the dialogue for the characters. And then I want to start working on concept, designs and things of that nature. Because I'm like
mm-hmm,
the goal, the goal in my head. I want to be able to get this done, but the goal is to like, and I know it's gonna be horrible. I know it's gonna be a
mm-hmm,
horrible first try, but it's gonna be so bad. I know it is, but it's gonna be horrible. But I'm gonna try to push through and
mm-hmm,
try to get the story completed. And I'm hoping that maybe if not even by December, but maybe by January, I can probably start doing some like concept designs of the characters and
mm-hmm.
stuff like that. And then hopefully either by I'm thinking maybe February or the end of February, I want to start like doing the pencils and stuff, try to get like the work together, and I want to get all that completed before October because October is like it's like a horror story, so I
Mm-hmm.
want to get it all done, and then hopefully I can probably get it done, and then maybe also get it printed or whatever or digitally a copy on Amazon. You can probably help me with that process, but like so that's the goal right now, just
Mm-hmm.
to figure this out. Because I've been sketching lately, like I'm just like, not happy with at all. Because I'm not happy with the way I'm drawing. Like it sucks, yo. Like it's just how I go from. I mean, you seen some of the stuff that I had that showed like how I used to like, you, you
Mm-hmm.
you see some of those old school like how to draw the Marvel way style like stuff I was doing like with the character models. What I'm just because I'm like I said, I stay in thumbnails, so I can always just draw on top of that and hook that up and add something else on top of those body frames and stuff like that. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I can't. It's like I'm so limited now. Like I don't think like that anymore. Like because I've been so busy. But like I'm gonna try to like get back to that point. I'm gonna have to just focus on trying to like first. I think I want to do I don't want to do detailed characters. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I can probably keep them at a pace where I'll be able to produce the characters like over like I have to find a style that I'm going to just say that's what I'm going to do. That's it. Like
Mm-hmm.
don't try to do anything different. Don't try to do like if I get the bulk of whatever the ideas of that finished or completed. Then if I want to go back and do whatever, and maybe I can hook this up with something like that. But like I'm gonna have to find a design that I want to create the characters and how I want
Mm-hmm.
them to look, and I have to think about how I want the inking to all that stuff. If I decide to do inking, or if I just decide to even go into paint, I mean I'm gonna still do the inking because then I could just always paint over top of it, whatever. So at least I
Well, you
have
know
it.
what? I
Go
got some thoughts on the stuff we're talking about here. First off, when you the stuff that you're working on that you're really unhappy with,
right.
is it traditional? Is it digital?
Yeah. Uh, everything you just mentioned, like traditionally, like I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I have it's like I lost the touch of like using, of just drawing with my hand as much. And then digitally, I was
Mm-hmm.
never that great digitally. It's just like
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the way I tried to I was messing around in Sketchbook Pro and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. And it's okay, but it just doesn't feel natural. It doesn't feel like
Mm-hmm.
like a pen or paper. It's like I feel like I'm sliding everywhere all over this
Slipping and
glass.
sliding. It's mushy.
Yeah, it's
Well,
horrible. I don't like the way that feels, but Rebel gives me time
mm-hmm,
to slow down a little bit, and then I can, and it'll create, or in my head it kind of like creates
mm-hmm,
the traditional feel, and I may do that, but I'm
mm-hmm,
kind of like in like, okay, like I can possibly do the inks in Sketchbook Pro or
mm-hmm,
maybe Photoshop. Photoshop got a lot more stuff, but it's like I'm just I wanted I wanted to look natural as possible.
mm-hmm. Well,
Uh,
I got two things I want to throw at you.
All right.
One is to maybe get a sketchbook that is specifically
Okay, that's what I was thinking about doing. Yeah.
specifically for bad drawings. Because
Oh,
I gotta
I
tell
ain't
you,
I ain't gonna do that, but
no, 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 no.
I hear you.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear
Oh
me
my
out.
God.
Whenever you see those online videos, people flipping through their sketchbooks, and
Right.
each page is a fucking
Yeah,
masterpiece,
that's BS.
I'm like, lies,
I
lie. Well,
know.
let me this way: either lies or they're a freak of nature.
Yeah,
Either
they just
way,
really good.
I
Right.
can't do that.
Me either.
So you need to have a judgment-free space, a space that is free from judgment, not just of other people, but you need to
Right.
have a space that is free from self-judgment, a space where it doesn't matter if you just put a marker in your butt and scribble doo-doo all over the page. If that's
Right.
what you do, then that's what you do. You need a space where you
Right.
can do that page after page and let it literally be about the feeling, the sensation of the hand moving across the page, and not have it be about how well it's drawn. You need a space for that.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
Now, at the exact same time, on the other hand, you know how I do probably, you could say I personally get carried away with thumbnails.
Right.
I might, instead of doing 3 thumbnails, I might do like a dozen.
Okay.
You, on one hand, space to just make art and simply just move the hand across the page. On the other hand, take the piece you hate the most, the thing that you drew most recently that you despise.
Oh.
Take it and don't just redo it to try and fix those problems.
Right.
Literally, if it's digital, make make like 5 copies of that file. If it's traditional,
Right.
maybe you put some tracing paper on it, or maybe you put it on the light box. You can do like 5 different
Right.
versions, but literally just look at it like your goal is not to make the good drawing. The goal is to explore the things in the drawing that frustrate you.
Right.
Almost like you're a dentist getting in there and you're scraping away tartar. So you put a sheet on, if it's traditional, you put it on the light box, you put a sheet on top of it, and you lay in the basic structure, and you're like, oh, those proportions are wrong. Maybe you do 5 different versions with different proportions. If the anatomy's wrong, maybe you do 5 different versions, and in each version, you go through and you grab whatever anatomy book you have, and you look at it and be like, oh, I left out like 2 muscles here, or oh, I made up some muscles that don't even belong in this.
Right.
Whatever it is, it could be the composition of the piece. Maybe you take it and you put the rough sketch on top, and then you say, well, what would happen if I move this arm to a different position now? What if I turn it this way? What if I move the whole thing over to one side of the page so I can fill the emptier space with something else? Or what happens if I blow this image up so it fills the space differently? Like whatever it is, proportion, volume, anatomy, line work, give yourself space not to say, this drawing sucks, I'm going to fix it. Give it a space to say, there's gaps in my abilities. Let's explore those gaps. Make it about exploration, not about being mad at yourself.
Huge gaps. Huge gaps.
You see how much I'm going to figure drawing sessions every week, and I'm doing all this and that.
Yeah,
Like
I mean, you're doing good though, yo. I'm like, for real. Like,
but my point is not about me trying to big up me. My point is,
right.
we all have gaps. We're all always going to have gaps, and you don't have not everybody has the time to do all the things they need to do to be God mode.
Right.
But you chip away at it, and you try to chip away at it in a way where you're enjoying the chipping away.
Right.
Like you're studying something that's fun as opposed to studying something
Right.
that's a grind.
Right.
That's the way that'll help you. And that is a completely separate practice from having a space to draw doo-doo and just draw doo-doo.
Right. Right.
You need both. You need
Right.
both. You need to be good to yourself, and then you need to have space to work on the problems, but work on them in a healthy way.
Right. Yeah, because and I think for the story, like I was thinking, like I don't know, maybe I mean, again, as far as like the characters, I think I don't know. I was also thinking about like the backgrounds and how what I want them to look. And I'm horrible at drawing backgrounds and things of that nature. So, but I wanted to be maybe I could like showcase like the city of Baltimore because I'm thinking maybe I could have it take place in Baltimore,
Mm-hmm.
but also I'm also thinking of elements of like okay, have it take place in Baltimore, and I could, I know certain land points that's in here, it's in Maryland. I can have it in certain situations where if somebody in Baltimore was to read the book, they'd be like, oh, I know where that's at. I know where that,
Mm-hmm.
that park is at or this and that. So I was thinking about adding like little elements of that, or
Mm-hmm.
try to condense it and keep it in a situation. And also, I was like, okay, I can do that by condensing it and keeping it in the situation, but maybe I may use like a weather element to maybe like snow or something or like that,
Mm-hmm.
to help. Keep people like like you stuck like you stuck in this situation, and by snows out there, they the characters are barely getting around trying to get to destination to deal with the situation, whatever. Like, so that element, while this thing is like making things difficult or killing people with things of that nature, like something like that, to try to like I just want to make it I want to make it I want to make the story like the situation of difficult, and I want the environment to have you feel like, oh my god, like they in such a
The
rough.
environment is a character. The
Right,
environment is
exactly.
a
Like,
character, and the weather is a character.
I can have it
The,
rain, I
the,
can
the
have it
weather can
rain,
be an
have it snow.
antagonist.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So
No,
I
you
was
should do all that.
Yeah, I was just thinking about like, yeah, and then it's like, so thinking of that way. So then I was like, okay, so now I'm gonna have to learn how to do paint like scenes where it's raining. I'm gonna have to
Mm-hmm.
like work that out. Scenes that's raining or scenes where I have snow. So I'm gonna have to work all the
Dude, snow is the best. You just start with a white page. You just start with a white page. You draw like maybe an edge of a building and a character only up to his torso
right. I mean,
because
it's
he's in the snow. That's
right,
all you need to do.
but it's like I'm thinking like I want to do black and white, but for some reason, and be like, I'm like, I just want to do this. Like maybe I could probably do a painted whatever, like like a painted comic book or something like that. But I'm like, but I figured if maybe if I can get the inks with like get it done in the inks whatever completed, and then I may have enough time to probably decide if I want to do like a traditional style looking painting, but I can do that in Rebel. Then
Mm-hmm.
maybe I may do that, or maybe I don't know if I have enough time. Maybe I may do both color it and like regular comic
Mm-hmm.
style, and also do another style where I'm like
Well, don't. One
don't
thing
don't
I would
overdo it, don't
caution
kill
you.
myself.
Well, no. I was gonna say here's the. I've sometimes made projects too ambitious and
Right.
made it something that was too much work for me. Have you have you ever seen the print copy of Ghost in the Shell, the
Um,
manga?
no, I no, but I do have I have the Akira one though. Like I have
Okay. The reason why I bring it up is because I
love that
don't
book.
know if Kishiro Tomo does it in Akira, but the guy who does Ghost in the Shell, he's the same guy who did Appleseed. In
Okay.
all of his comics, the way that he does it is the first maybe 4 pages of each issue will be watercolor.
Okay.
And then the rest of it is just black and
Black
white
and white.
manga the way you're used to. So
Right.
he's not forcing himself into doing, he's not committing to, oh, this entire book is this thing that's going to take forever to paint. He's just doing like a section where he gets to get in, floss a little bit, and then get on with it. So you can have a little bit of, you got some leeway. You don't have to make it something where it becomes this huge task because you're adding these extra things on it that should
I
be fun.
I think I already got the style in my head. I think you're right. Like
Okay.
I think what I'm going to do is probably do like again, comic book style, like
Mm-hmm.
inks, but I may do like ink washes. ink
Mhm.
washes, then ink a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like a blend.
Have you
Like
seen the Frank Miller comic Electra Lives?
no. Should I?
Yes, you should.
Okay, I'm gonna do
It's
that.
a Electra story that takes place after she dies,
Okay.
and it's mostly about Matt Murdock grieving her death, and then he finds out that the Hand is trying to resurrect her, and it's about him trying to stop them from doing that.
Okay.
But it is like the line work, the ink work is very, very clear. It's not quite his Sin City style yet, but it's
Right.
heading in that direction. And you can see, but it's all beautifully watercolor painted by Lynn Varley.
Yeah,
And I think
I'm
it's one
looking
of
at
the
some of the images right now.
yeah, I think that it's one of their best collaborations. I think that honestly, it is my favorite piece of Frank Miller work.
Okay.
And I think it's some of the best. I mean, Lynn Varley's colored so much of his stuff. I think that even as great as Dark Knight is,
Yeah.
I think that
Yeah, the
Election.
Daredevil ones was just like when he did those type of stuff. But
Mhm.
this book looks amazing.
Yeah, that's some just something that when you were talking that kind of popped in my mind
Right.
as because it's like the art style is great, the watercoloring is great, but it's the simple of great without being elaborate. It's
Right.
great, but it's still kind of simple.
Yeah, that's kind of like Sean Murphy, like
Mhm.
that kind of.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I've.
Yeah, I love his style
Mhm.
too. So
All
yeah,
right.
I
Well,
mean,
I don't know how long you're planning to hang out, but I am
right.
going to start the writing clock
Okay.
here. And previously, what I did was I just had my spreadsheet up on the screen. I think that I'll start. I haven't found a way to have the timer on the screen at the same time I have the spreadsheet. So I'm just going to
Right.
start a timer for 25 minutes.
Well, I'm about to dip off anyway because I gotta go do some other stuff. But like I was thinking it was gonna be more people here. It's just you, huh?
Hey, you know what? That's how it is sometimes. And I'm cool
Wow.
with that because obviously you've heard me able to ramble on by myself.
Right. It's all good, man. Like
Hmm.
I'm always learning something. Like every time we have these little sessions, whatever. So like it's dope. I'm like it's and I actually it's helping me. Like I probably had more time. Like things in my life has been changing. I'm like,
Hmm.
I was about to, hook up with this one shorty, but like, that didn't work out because just
Hmm.
her mindset. Just I was like, and the thing about it, she approached me and gave me her number.
Hmm.
And I was like, okay. So then once we started rapping and stuff, I noticed that she asked me how old I was, and I was like 53, and I was like, and I guess it must have like sent her over because she must have thought I was like between 25 and 30 or something.
It
And I'm
means you're
just
taking
like,
care of yourself.
right, but I'm like, but yo, but then she just started acting real standoffish, whatever. I'm like, but yo, but she got onto like being like all about Christianity and stuff like that. I'm like, it's crazy. Like you're coming at me with all this holy and thou stuff like this, but it's weird. And I'm like, I didn't try to come at her about anything. I was just trying to see what was up with her. Like, and she was like, and I think she was like, wait, was you 53? She was like, I just said, what you like 27, 30 or something like that? She was like, she said, you don't see anything wrong with that? You don't see anything wrong with that? I said, you're an adult, right? Like, what's going on? So I was
You
like, you
know
know what?
what? You
And so when I see when I see her, I come to work, when I go to work and I see her, she comes walk in, I say, how you doing? I just keep it moving.
hmm.
It's crazy. And now she's like acting all weird, like she don't know what. I mean, yeah, because I was like the other thing. I asked her this one thing. I was like, yo, I was like, what do you do? Do you have like a skill set? And she was just kind of looking like, no. I was like, do you draw? Do you write? Do you have anything that you can contribute to other people? So I think when I started breaking down stuff like that on that level, and instead of coming off on, hey, yo, you so fine, shorty. When I started breaking down like real shit, like she didn't know how to respond. So now I like, and it happens to me like that all the time because when shorties look at me and they perceive a certain way, and then all of a sudden I start speaking, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm gonna have to work. Like I'm gonna have to really work at. Yeah, you're gonna have to work at when you're dealing with me because like no, I don't want no foolishness. You know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
I mean that's so yeah. I just kind of like I just backed off, and when I say hey, what's up? But I'm just like I thought this was going to be a perfect opportunity to hook up with somebody. I'm trying to move on, do some things in my life. But I
You
guess
know what?
I'm gonna
You
be
got
really focused on this artwork for this next
you got. I mean,
year.
I'll tell you. Put your energy into positivity. It doesn't mean that all
Right.
our energy needs to go into art, because
Right.
that's hard to do.
Right.
Put it into your friendships,
Right.
put it into experiences that you find enriching.
Right.
Um, when there's people that you work with that are positive people, put it into the people you work with that you have good experiences with.
Right.
Put your energy where you get energy back.
Right, exactly. So I just kind of like, so when I do, like when I see Shorty, I say, how you doing? That's about it, and I keep it moving. And then she just be looking weird, like I'm like, yo, what do you want? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't look at me like you hurt. I'm like, you the one that was acting weird. I'm like, it's
Yeah,
all good. It's part
what
of
are you
life.
gonna do? What are you gonna do?
But I appreciate you, man. I'm about to go ahead, but like hopefully I'm like I said, so are we gonna be doing are you gonna be doing these like every Sunday? So that's the thing about it. It's like if you doing every
No,
Sunday,
I'm gonna.
right? I know
Well,
when you can. I know when you can. I'm like, cause I can put in that PTO and then I can sit and chill. But see, my schedule is so whack. It's just I don't like
I'll,
working
I'll,
5 days
I'll
out of a
I
week.
will tell you what, because I don't want you to have to change your work schedule just
Right,
to attend these. Because as a freelancer, my schedule is more flexible.
right.
So I can. Is there a day of the week, like? Is
I'm
there a
I'm
day of the week that where the evenings are better for you? Because I can
right.
schedule to do one. I can do like one after the. My plan was to do it twice a month, because that's when I
Okay,
do. I do 2 Patreon exclusive live streams a month.
okay,
My plan was going to be doing them after the regular public one, because more people did seem to show up. But
right.
I can do one after the regular one, and then one like in the evening if there's a day of the
Okay.
week that tends to be good.
Yeah, I'm right. So right now, my schedule, I'm free like Monday night, Tuesday nights, and then yeah, Monday night and Tuesday night, and then Wednesday maybe in the
Mm-hmm.
afternoon. But like because like I go back to work later on that night because
Mm-hmm.
I start preparing and getting stuff ready. So, but
Mm-hmm.
mainly maybe Monday or Tuesday, maybe Tuesday night because that's like
I
I'm
think
more free.
Tuesday. Well, Tuesday would be good because I actually have Monday nights. I have a call with a client
Okay.
overseas that I have scheduled. So like that's every week. So
Oh
and
wow.
Wednesdays is when I have Wednesday night is when I go to my figure drawing class.
Okay,
So
right. I kind of figured
Tuesday.
all figure drawing classes are always on Wednesday for some reason. Like when I went to Micah, I'm like, yo, come on, yo. Like I had to, but I did it. I did it. I was,
Mhm.
then back then, but I haven't. I want to go back to a figure drawing class. Maybe I'll probably go back to Micah see if they got like a time. But like I just don't. I don't have
Dude,
the time.
I will tell you, as soon as you can clear some time in your schedule, for
Right.
me, figure drawing is the most creatively and emotionally gratifying thing I do every
Right.
week. I look forward to it.
I'm
Like
glad.
it gives me so much, like it's my safe space. It
Right.
calms me, it gives me joy.
Right.
Even when it challenges me, it enriches me. Like I'm both learning and relaxing at the same time. So if you can get back into that,
Right.
do that. Um, as far as scheduling these things, what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to schedule the next writing sprint not for this coming week, but the week after that. And I'll try to schedule it for a Tuesday for that a Tuesday, and I'll post it because I'm going to schedule in advance, and
Okay.
I'll let you know.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
All right,
All right, bro.
all right, man. I'll talk to
Have
you
a good
later.
one.
Thanks for
Yeah.
dropping in.
You know it. Peace.
Peace. And on that note, let's get the timer going. And we spent a fair amount of time rapping, so I'm gonna have, I think, probably really just enough time for one writing sprint in here, but one is better than none. I'm gonna clock on the camera. Well, not on the camera. I have not figured out how to set this up so that I can float the clock in the screen. But I'm gonna start 25 minutes now, and I am going to go to my writing document. Oh, and that was the last thing I was going to do. Was try to put on some music. We'll see how this works. Actually, here, just do this off of my phone. All right. Okay. So the timer got to the end of that first writing sprint, and we just did the one, but that's because we spent the time that I was planning to take for breaks, talking in between, was kind of the time that Herman and I spent talking. So, that's kind of what I imagine. Is like talk for 5 or 10 minutes at the beginning, take a break. I mean, write for 25 minutes, then take another break, talk some more. So we kind of went through all of the talking part. So I guess I'll write for a little bit more until we get to the top of the hour. But I will say, just in taking this quick break, the thing I've noticed is that having this very limited space, the cell of a spreadsheet to write the description for each act, that limitation is actually proving useful, because I realized as I was going, I kept thinking of more little details to describe what was going to happen in that act. I didn't have room to fit all of them in that space. That is an opportunity to begin to populate the actual page sections. And it doesn't really matter if I know what page this part of the story is going to go on, because there's spreadsheets, there's cells. I can copy and paste, move stuff around, reorder it. But it actually is very useful to really help me if I'm trying to think of stuff to write, to put in here to describe these sections, and it goes longer than 2 sentences. It's like whatever else you find, you don't need to throw it away. You don't need to remember it, hold it in your mind. Just toss it in the pages section below. So I honestly wish I had thought of this even earlier when I started working, because it would kind of free me up mentally to not, like, I'm both trying to write lean and let the fact that the brain tends to overwrite, I'm trying to let that at the same time spill over into helping me fill out the rest of the spreadsheet. Because imagine if I get to the end of like going through all 8 chapters of this story, and then at the end I look down and I'm like, oh, I've also already filled out like half of this lower section. That'll make life way easier if like a big chunks of it are already filled out. So that is useful. I guess I'm really just going to finish up for a few minutes here, these last couple of thoughts that I have, and then we'll wrap it. All right. So I really have a lot more reading to do because there's a lot of stuff in the outline that I have written that I really can just cut and paste directly in here. And this really, the spreadsheet is about taking this over written outline and just chopping it up and pulling out all the pieces that are really useful to me and reordering it. So I call it an outline, but it's really an organization document. Um, and I need to do this on a regular basis because I realize just sitting down and doing 2 writing sprints a month is not enough. While I am in a phase where work is keeping me busy, and I also have a workshop I need to prepare for. Um, I need to find time to touch this document throughout the week. Spend a little time, spend 25 minutes, if not 25 minutes a day, at least 2 or 3 times a week, just touching the document, moving some pieces around, getting the story back in my head. I think the problem is that at one point the story was too much in my head and I was overwhelmed with options. And now it's I'm too far removed. I don't have the story. I never had the story solidified in my head, but there's a lot of good pieces here. I basically have all the ingredients. I just need to, properly prepare them and cook them up. All right, guys. Thank you for being Patreon subscribers, being supporters of my work, fellow art travelers and journeyers, hopefully fellow creative storytellers. And I hope that you are making time to work on whatever you need to work on and making some progress. All right, guys. That's it for now. Go be creative.